Hello everyone, Mama Do here. Okay, we're going to do an update today. Not that there's new information out on this missing person, but because family has requested that a question be asked to Spirit. And I have more questions also. So, let's get straight into the case. This is about Teagan Daugherty, which is a 15-year-old boy who left his home on October the 10th, which was a Sunday, and I want to say it's pronounced Loudon, Tennessee. He was last seen on a black bicycle with neon green stripes on the tires. He was wearing blue jeans and a dark blue Jurassic Park t-shirt. He's 15 years old, but he has the mentality of a younger child, around 10 years of age, okay? Now, in the first reading that I did, it revealed that he's safe. It said that he had gone up into the mountains and is with an older gentleman who is letting him come to terms on his own. And this older man, it revealed he most likely does not even realize that the child's being hunted for. This older man lives off the grid, and he's just befriended the child. The reading did show that there is a couple of other family members there, but they're all off-grid people, hill people, mountain people. Most likely do not have a TV, so they're not seeing the news broadcast that Teagan is a missing child. The family member that I've spoken to says Teagan is drawn to older people because they accept him for who he is. And they listen to him. And that was the feeling that I had from the reading. So we're going to visit the reading again. We're going to see if we're still getting the same vibrations from Spirit that Teagan is safe. And we're going to ask some more questions of Spirit, okay? So the positive affirmation for all those invested in this reading is today I am grateful. Let me turn the camera around where I can see it. Today I am grateful. Today my heart is filled with joy. I see the positive in everything today. The positive in knowing that he is safe, that he's being taken care of. But that there is a desire for contact. The overall energy of the reading is heartbroken, yes. The feelings of the family for not knowing where Teagan is over the last month. It's been just over a month now. We're going into week 5, or nearing the end of week 5, of Teagan being missing. Deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. The not knowing is very heart-wrenching. the feelings of dread, because his backpack was located. You know, he had taken a fish with him, his beloved fish, and that fish was found still alive in his backpack. So now it's at his mother's home again in the fish tank, being cared for by his mother and stepfather. The romance card is keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Yeah, different people live different lifestyles. That doesn't mean that they're not our soulmates. It doesn't mean that we're not connected to them spiritually. And Teagan has found somebody that he can connect with spiritually. And they're helping him to understand how he needs to be in contact and how he needs to let his family know he's safe and to return to his parents. The Archangel card is about passion. Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Teagan, if by chance you get to see this reading, or anybody who's aware of Teagan's whereabouts, please encourage Teagan to reach out to family, to friends, to those who can assist him with understanding that at the age of 15, he needs to come home. If that means going to live with another relative where he's a bit more comfortable, then so be it. But let's ask Spirit about where Teagan is at. Spirit, thank you for all your messages. Thank you for the opportunity to receive your guidance. Can you give us any information about where Teagan is at? Is he near moving water? Okay. Queen of Cups in reverse, mom, being upset, distraught, worried, concerned, very obvious. Queen of Swords, having expectations beyond the child's abilities. Three of Wands. Now seeing the light of how things could be handled better, a little bit more diplomatically. Seven of Cups in reverse. Wanting to remove the smoke and mirrors. Wanting to remove anything that was an obstacle. And the Knave of Swords in reverse. Really, the Knave of Swords in reverse. Oh, that scared me. That's my cat. Jack. That's enough. Buttercup. That's enough. Whichever one of you is trying to get into the cabinet. Ah, here it is. 6:26 a.m. and my cat is slamming doors. Thanks, Spirit. Well, that's what the Knave of Swords in Reverse is about. No more slamming doors, no more anger, no more wanting to remove the false expectations, the false blame. Not fully appreciating.
Since a 15-year-old was last seen by his
on.
father. Teagan Daugherty was last seen on October 10th near his home in Loudoun County. 10 News reporter Jacinta Render spoke with his parents about the day.
Sorry about that. It just suddenly came on. Some strange things are happening, aren't they, with the cat slamming doors like that, and then all of a sudden a website just started talking. There's too many energies involved. The guidance is not true. There's false expectations, and Mom is realizing that now, and she's wanting to make things clearer. She's wanting to realize and come to terms where Teagan is mentally, what he's capable of. Wow. Lots of messages externally from Spirit here. So is Teagan near moving water? Or did he follow moving water? Yes, we know it's a very unhappy family situation. It's neither parent, and I say parent, that's in his household. The mother and the stepfather were not happy with the way things were going with the children in the household, but the parents were not taking responsibility for their actions that was leading to this disruption, is what I'm seeing. Communication, lots of back and forth communication is going on now, and things are being revealed. 5 of Pentacles. The mother doesn't want this child to be gone. They want to locate him. They're not mad no more. There was a lot of anger before. There was a lot of animosity before, and the mother is removing that from the scenario. No longer. She's seeing things through a new perspective. There was responsibilities put on Teagan that wasn't his responsibility. Huh. That's very clear in this reading. So, what I like to see here is, where is Teagan? I know a card fell. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Hello, everybody. Alright. So, we have the 9 of Cups. He's happy. He's feeling accepted and he's feeling loved. 9 of Pentacles. And he is able to offer productivity to where he's at. He's taking responsibility for himself where he's at. So he is actually, like I say, being productive. He's helping out. And it's not a lover situation. This is not a romance situation. Nobody's trying to take advantage of him sexually. That's a beautiful thing. He's being accepted as a part of this family, as a part of this tribe, so to speak. I do see water here, but it's not moving. there is a head of the household where he's at, and this person listens. And then they offer wise counsel. They let them know if things are fair or not fair. They empower. They guide through spiritual means. Page of Wands. They are a person that is sincere. That's the word for this one right here. A message of sincerity. A message that they're for real. It's not about destruction. They don't want to lead this child down a path of destruction. They want to bring balance to the situation. But they're not being honest about something. They're deceitful. This person is guiding him down a good path, but lying, stealing, cheating, deceit, and deception is going on. Let me see who's being deceitful, okay? Is the person who is with Teagan being deceitful, or does this person feel that Teagan is being deceitful to them? Six of Wands, about community, about family, about the hierarchy. Five of Cups in reverse. I'm sorry, Eight of Cups in reverse. Feeling accepted in this family, not wanting to go back to where they were at. Oh, it started talking again. Why? Hold on. I know how to make it stop. We'll just stop it. There we go. Close that page up. Alright, so they don't want to go back, but we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So there's a lot of honesty. Teagan's giving them a lot of honesty. But not telling them everything. He's being very protective with the Nine of Wands because he wants this new beginning. This Ace of Wands. He wants to have a new beginning, a new start. Okay, so this older person understands that Teagan is not giving them all the information that they need to know who he is. Apparently, he's telling them he's somebody else, telling them that he's a different age, telling them that a different story of what happened to him, what caused him to leave home. Yeah, he wants it to seem like he hasn't done anything wrong. That he just magically appeared in the mountains. And it's for his highest good. and that he doesn't want to cause anybody harm or have any harm brought to him either. Okay, so if you are the mountain people and you have a young man with you, yeah, he's adult size, this is true, but he may not be as old as he's telling you he is. His name may not be what you think it is. Wait till he's asleep and then call the name Teagan out. See if he responds to it. 4 of Cups. He's absolutely ignoring the love that he left. He's absolutely ignoring where he came from. Because he don't want to go back. That's obvious with the 8 of Cups. Now, Spirit, is Teagan near mercy? I'm losing these cards. The Lovers, the card of Gemini, and the 9 of Swords in reverse. He wants to be in a happy family situation where he doesn't have fear and worries, where he doesn't feel that he's being attacked emotionally and or physically. He wants to be able to see eye to eye with somebody, and where he's appreciated, not just tolerated. Wow, that really hit hard. Teagan wants to be in a relationship where he's appreciated, not just tolerated. To where he has a new opportunity, where he can basically jump off the cliff and say, Geronimo, this is my new beginning. And that's what he's done by leaving on October the 10th. Geronimo, this is my new beginning. I'm going up into the mountains, and I'm going to find me a new family to where I am appreciated instead of just tolerated. The Spirit, I'm going to ask again, is Teagan near moving water? Strength in reverse and 6 of Pentacles in reverse. No, he's not. No. Strength in reverse is about not having to feel like he is on constant battle ready towards things that are unfair, ungrounded, unstable. He doesn't have to worry about somebody attacking him verbally or physically regarding things that are not his responsibility or shouldn't be something that's his responsibility. Number 1, he doesn't have the mentality for it. Number 2, guess what? He's a kid. See, he made a direct, conscious decision to end the old way of doing things and have a new beginning. Under most circumstances, I would praise this if he was an adult, because an adult can go missing. And absolutely, I agree with any and all adults. If you're in a situation where you're not appreciated, you're only tolerated, I absolutely encourage you to leave that situation and find you a better soul tribe, one that Spirit has sent to you. But this is a child. There's other family members that are desperately looking for Teagan, would like to have contact with him and know that he's safe. Is Teagan still in the mountains near Loudon, Tennessee? King of Pentacles in reverse, the Tower, and the King of Cups. Wow. Left the King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody who was not offering him a stable environment. This was a very unstable environment. There was a lot of instability, a lot of turmoil. The tower crashed. But there's a loving mountain person near Loudon. Near Loudon. This is very close by. Who is helping to rebuild Teagan's tower. Who's being a support. Who's being a part of his growth. And the clarifiers for that. Eight of Pentacles, yeah. Everybody's putting in a lot of hard work. The old man of the mountain is. Teagan is. Teagan is maturing every day. Learning to live off the grid. How to hunt for food. How to keep the shelter appropriate. Winter's coming up. You're going to learn how to heat that shelter. Because there's a homemade fireplace in there. So chopping wood is taking place. And there'll be a lot of chopping wood preparing for the winter to keep the house warm. Like I said, there's a couple of other family members involved here. It's not moving water. So do they have a well, Spirit? Is there a well on this property where Teagan is at? Is it a traditional house, mobile home, something to that effect? RV of some sort? Yes. Yes. It's very much like the modern world. It's just without the amenities. There's not running water. There's not electricity. But it is a traditional home. And that's clarified by the Three of Cups in reverse. It's not too many energies involved. Everybody is there working together. Nobody's working against each other there. Everybody works as a family unit, as a team, as a soul tribe, and to better the situation. Does this old man of the mountain, do they go into town very regularly? Alright, Do any of the other members of the household go into town very regularly? Two of Pentacles. There's one person, sometimes two, that do go into town to get the basics. A few items that they need to survive. And that's clarified by the Page of Pentacles, yeah. They don't have much money. It's just small amounts of money to buy some very basic things like flour, a little sugar, a little oil, just the bare minimum. But the reason I'm asking, these people don't have electricity. They don't have running water. So they're not going in to pay utility bills. They don't have a TV. They're not getting the news. So how can you let them know who this child is? That he is still a child. That he's not a 17 or 18-year-old adult that's allowed to be out on his own. That this is a missing child. Missing posters. That's how you do it. Implore groups in Loudon to post missing posters, especially around small stores, mom and pop stores, the ones that'll run credit, because these people may have to ask for a line of credit during the winter when they're not able to participate in fur trade and stuff like that. At the feed barn, at the grocery stores, at the mom and pop stores, the main roads going in and out of town, posters of Teagan. That would be very good so that these people will see them and see his picture. Make his picture the most prominent part. Who's to say that the person going into town knows how to read? There's plenty of people that still can't read in this world. As sad as it is, it's a very real reality. So, will these people, if there's enough missing posters placed up, will they notice them and be able to notify the authorities of Teagan's location? The Five of Wands in reverse. Okay, they're not going to want to cause the boy no problems. They don't want to bring any problems on their household. But they can't allow disruption and dishonesty because they work together very closely as a team. So they will, that's the Empress, is in reverse, which means mostly a male. They think a lot of him, but they will let the authorities know he's there. Now, the best way to let them know is to put up these posters as soon as possible, because they may be coming into town next weekend or sometime this week, and then it may be a month or two before they come into town again. It's not something they do every week. But putting up these posters in some very prominent areas of where they would be headed. Maybe they need to get new tools, hardware stores, feed stores, places like mom and pop stores that still allow credit. These are the places they're going to frequent when they do come. So make sure Teagan's posters are up and available for them to see. These are mountain people. I can't stress that enough. This will bring promise. This will bring hope. They're not trying to do anything wrong. And they're certainly not trying to cause any destruction or hardship on their own household. Well, I got a story here for us. Let's see what the story is. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody not happy. Most likely a male. They're very unhappy with the way things have turned out. Surrounding a very single, independent energy. Finding out how independent this person is. And that apparently things are going good for them. And they're happy. And they're finding their way. And they're feeling prosperous. Having a new family. And their lives are being shown that they wanted to be honored, but their lives are coming to the surface and they're not being thought of as that loving parent in the house that they wanted to portray. Yeah, well, that's because things were happening and people were being blamed for situations that was out of their control and that children can't take responsibility for. So, the most likely outcome of this reading is the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, I do see Teagan as the Emperor. Why do I see him as the Emperor? Because he's being honored right now. But once they find out, once this family finds out that he is not who he says he is, that he's not been honest with them, they're going to tell him that you have to go back because we're not going to jail because you ran away. We were here to help you when you told us you were an adult and that you just needed some help to get started. But you weren't honest with us, so they're going to dethrone him once they see these missing posters, and that's clarified by Temperance in reverse, meaning that the rift is going to be ripped permanently. He won't be able to go back there again, which is really sad because he does feel like he fits in, but he fits in by lying, by not being honest, by not being truthful with them. And they met him and saw somebody that wasn't thinking as clearly as they could have been, but the person was portraying themselves saying they were an adult, and they weren't. And now they put their household in danger and scrutiny. So for all those invested in this reading, family, friends, soul tribe, law enforcement, searchers, rescuers, they're going to bring Teagan to town. They are. Your card is advice from Spirit. It's the Lady of the Gift. It's a very generous family here. Receiving and withholding. They're very generous. But they will withhold their love and their acceptance when they're taken advantage of. And they will feel very taken advantage of by the lack of honesty. The Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. The world is your church, and you only need to distribute 10% of your wealth to others to ensure that the flow continues. Yet, that doesn't necessarily mean giving money away, nor does it imply a direct action, hold on, of charity, even though the traditional tithing is material. In fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks of you isn't tangible or material at all. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. And that's what they've been doing. They've been doing that very strongly for Teagan. But pay attention to how you treat people and be mindful of your perception, even of seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant and act as if they believe they have value, blessings all around are assured. Your belief in others has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. You can only keep what you're willing to give. And that this family has been willing to give of everything they have to share with Teagan throughout this time. They will withhold it when they find that Teagan was not honest, because that's a form of betrayal. And that's very sad for Teagan. But that will be the prompting of him to make the contact, them bringing him into town, or having the sheriff come out to the house to where Teagan is at to locate him, and for the sheriff to bring him back into town. They don't know. They will know if you put up enough missing person signs. They will know. They will know, and they will alert the authorities if Teagan himself will not make contact, because they have to follow the laws of tithing, and they're doing just that. All right, everybody. This was a great reading. I'm very happy to see that Teagan is still doing fine. I know he's learning a lot by being with these people. I hope that he continues to feel their generosity even after they alert the authorities. But put up those missing person signs in Loudon, please, so that they'll see them when they come into town. Because he's not far from town, but he is in that mountain. All right, I'll see you all soon. Namaste.